The modern world has a quiet but serious problem. We have more comfort, technology, and information than ever before. Yet many people feel a deep, constant sense of emptiness. We are more anxious, lonely, and directionless than any generation before us. There is a simple reason for this: we are abandoning religion, and we going against our own nature in the process. Before humans built great empires or sophisticated economies, they gathered around shared beliefs, rituals, and symbols of the sacred. Believing in something greater is a core part of who we are. When we throw religion away, we destroy the foundation that keeps our minds, families, and communities together. To understand why we need religion, we have to look at our past. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans lived in harsh conditions where survival was everything. The tribes that survived were the ones that stuck together, cooperated, and shared the same deep beliefs. Because of this, the human mind evolved to look for patterns and meaning. When we look at the stars, we naturally feel that there is a creator or a grand design behind it all. The search for meaning is not a flaw but an adaptive human trait. It is a survival mechanism. It gives us a sense of purpose and the strength to keep going when things get tough. Religion works so well because it aligns with fundamental human instincts. It turns daily life into a meaningful journey and gives us a reason to get up in the morning. Without it, people often fall into pessimism and feel that nothing matters. This lack of shared purpose is a major reason why mental health struggles and loneliness are skyrocketing today. We need religion because it gives us four essential things: a solid moral code, a real community, clear structure, and high goals. Without a higher standard, morality becomes a matter of opinion, changing with every new generation or cultural trend. Religion provides an objective moral framework. It gives us rules that don't change based on convenience or political correctness. It teaches us to look past our own selfishness and sacrifice for a higher good. Humans are not meant to live isolated lives behind screens. We need real, physical communities. A religious community is unique because it brings all kinds of people together: rich, poor, young, and old, under the same shared truths. It provides a reliable structure for life's biggest moments: birth, marriage, hard times, and death. It ensures no one has to carry life's burdens alone. Modern life often boils down to a repetitive routine: get a job, buy things, retire, and die. It feels completely flat. Religion adds a deeper dimension. It connects our daily actions to a grand, eternal purpose, transforming an ordinary life into a journey of virtue and genuine worth. Why is faith fading? If religion is so good for us, why are people walking away? We live in an age of constant distraction. The modern world is designed to keep us focused on immediate comfort, entertainment, and ourselves. When life is easy, it is easy to become proud and believe we don't need anything greater than ourselves. This has turned faith into a casual hobby rather than a life-altering truth. Many people claim to be religious just for social status or family tradition, but they don't actually live it. It doesn't change how they treat their neighbors or how they act when no one is watching. Younger generations see right through this hypocrisy. They leave because they want something real, and all they see is an empty routine. When religious people notice this cultural decline, their first instinct is often to panic and try to control others. They want to ban social media, pass laws to enforce morality, and use the power of the government to force old virtues onto society. But forcing people never works. You cannot bully someone into genuine faith. Using social pressure or political power only creates anger, resentment, and fake followers. True belief must be chosen freely. The real solution is living the truth. If we are going to look for a real solution, we must start with an uncomfortable truth. Facing reality as it truly is requires immense courage. Human nature naturally craves comfort, and for centuries, traditional religions provided that comfort by shielding us from a harsh, indifferent universe. But today, traditional religion has lost. Traditional religions understood human weakness, and for a long time, they capitalized on it. But today it lost. It didn't lose because it lacked good intentions. It lost because it can no longer stand up to the demands of a modern, reasoning mind. It lost because its claims are old, anecdotal, and entirely unproven. It relies on ancient texts, miracles that happened in the shadows of history, and dogmas that simply do not resonate with a society shaped by scientific progress. When a belief system requires you to blind your own intellect to accept it, its decline is inevitable. Traditional religion could not adapt, and so it became obsolete. However, when traditional religion collapsed, it left a massive void. Atheism grew to fill that space, but atheism is empty. It is just the absence of belief. Because it offered no moral code or structure, that void was quickly filled by dangerous, secular ideologies like progressivism, leftism, and statism, which turned politics into a new kind of irrational faith. Philosophy alone isn't powerful enough to fight this. A philosophy is something you merely discuss. A religion is something you live. We need a belief system that possesses the psychological power, the structure, and the community of a religion, but is grounded entirely in reality. The solution is a new way of thinking, a religion that cannot die because it is based on the most fundamental idea imaginable, the truth. This is how the truth religion is born. Axiom. What is axiom? The name was not chosen because it sounds pretty. It was chosen because it is linguistically and logically precise. An axiom is a self-evident truth. It is an undeniable premise that stands on its own, completely independent of human opinion or belief. You cannot argue against it, because any attempt to disprove an axiom requires using the very truth you are trying to deny. You might wonder how religion built entirely on objective reality can survive when most people aren't strong enough to face it. The answer is simple: survival requires it. People can hide in illusions for a while, but reality always wins. In the end, the truth, axiom, is inevitable. By calling this belief system axiom, the entire core of the religion is encapsulated in a single word. It is the pursuit of objective, unshakable reality. It is a bold claim to call it the truth religion, but it is not an arrogant one. It does not claim omniscience or to know every secret in the universe. Instead, it asserts that truth is out there, it is self-evident, and our entire existence must be dedicated to uncovering it. If you have a reasoning mind and a basic vocabulary, you instantly understand what axiom stands for. It answers the ultimate question that atheists often face. When someone asks, "What do you believe in?" the follower of axiom does not answer with a negative. "I don't believe in God." They answer with an absolute. "I believe in the truth." The pillars of self-evident truth. You might ask, what are these truths? Do I already know them? Yes, your reasoning mind already recognizes them, even if society has tried to condition you to forget them. Axiom formalizes them into mindset for human existence. The most fundamental truth is biological. The primary meaning of life is to survive, to adapt, to reproduce, and to pass on the best possible progeny. This is not a matter of debate, it is a mathematical certainty of existence. If a species does not make survival, adaptation, and the strength of its offspring its main goal, it simply ceases to exist. Nature ruthlessly eliminates anything that ignores this rule. This biological reality also dictates our morality. We require stable families, mutual trust, and strong communities to not only survive, but thrive. Life's second meaning lies in the quest for truth. We are more than just animals passing on genes, we are conscious entities. To quote Carl Sagan, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." Our ultimate cosmic goal is to seek information, knowledge, and absolute truth. To stop seeking knowledge, to accept comfortable lies, or to actively suppress the truth is a sin against our very purpose for being. The ethical foundation, non-aggression and praxeology axiom requires a universal moral and ethical system, not just subjective opinions. This foundation is built on the non-aggression principle, NAP, and the laws of praxeology, the science of human action. It is a self-evident truth that every rational individual owns themselves and the fruits of their labor. Therefore, the initiation of force or fraud against another person or their property is objectively wrong. Praxeology allows us to understand human behavior and economics through logical, undeniable axioms of action, giving us a blueprint for a just, structured, and free society. The rejection of historical myth. The fourth self-evident truth is an uncomfortable one. Historical religions are mythologies. They were coping mechanisms created by mankind during eras when we did not understand nature well enough to explain the world. They were tools used to control people, enforce social order, and provide an artificial sense of meaning. While they provided social benefits in the past, they are now chains. With axiom, we no longer need mythology to maintain order, meaning, or community. Why is it a religion? There is a beautiful, deep consistency in treating the truth as a religion. Strictly speaking, from a purely theoretical standpoint, we are locked inside our own skulls, relying entirely on our limited senses to perceive the universe. We can never have 100% mathematical certainty about the external world. Therefore, dedication to the truth is an act of faith. It is a profound, ultimate belief. We choose to believe that reality is real, that the truth matters, and that it is worth searching for, even when our senses are imperfect. Axiom turns this pursuit into a sacred duty. It takes the intellectual honesty of the scientific method, combines it with the unyielding moral framework of the NAP and the biological imperatives of nature, and elevates it into a universal structure to live by. We do not need to force people to believe. We do not need to look backward to dead dogmas. We look forward. The truth is self-evident, and for those with the strength of mind to face it, axiom is the anchor humanity has been searching for. Ideas, like genes, survive only if they are fit, strong, and true. If this idea truly resonates, then this idea will grow. It will pass organically from person to person, adapting, surviving, and eventually illuminating the world. The truth is self-evident. You just have to decide if you are brave enough to look at it.